Okay, we are live on the Sourcing Monster YouTube channel and on Facebook. So you're more than welcome to ask questions. This is again, I have here Amit from Rosenthal Logistics, which offering freight forwarding services and 3PL services. And like we did last week, during Q4, we're going to go live hopefully every Thursday to talk with you about all the latest changes, challenges, and struggles that we have as Amazon sellers. I will continue this conversation from where we left last time with some new data that Amit brought. First of all, Amit, how are you? How are you doing today? How was your week?
Couldn't be better, Tomer, and you?
Busy. We're all busy, and that's good. It's Q4. It's the time to be busy.
Right.
So I guess it's good problems to have. Um,
Yeah.
hope everyone are well as well. And yeah, so let you summary what we talked about last time and what we're going to talk this live today.
Right. So thank you for having me here again, Tomer. This is a nice collaboration we're starting here. Hopefully it will stay for all the Q4, long for the whole Q4. So last time we discussed about, generally speaking, about the freight cost, why it decreased and why it should be, I don't know, stay, let's say, stable approximately for the next months or so. And we discussed also about the transit time and the backlog, mainly the backlog in China and the backlog in Los Angeles ports.
Yes.
So I came across with some really nice information about what the backlog in Long Beach port now in Los Angeles. So I thought maybe we can discuss a bit further about what is going on now with the transit time. Can we still ship cargo using regular sea freight in order to sell the cargo still during the holiday season? So yeah, let's start discussing the topic, right?
Yes. And I can tell you from an Amazon seller perspective that I started to get a little nervous after the call last time, and we ship every like 3 to 4 days. So anytime there are goods ready, we ship, and I suggest that you do the same.
Right.
But like you'd never know. It's going. We are going to have the Chinese New Year, obviously, like Amit said, to have stock ready for this holiday season, for this Christmas. It's you already missed that. But definitely to have enough stock for the end of December, at beginning January and February, and more importantly for Chinese New Year, when they stopped working, you want to make sure that you have enough inventory. So now it's the time to really work on it. Don't wait and beat yourself when you don't have stock, saying yourself, why I didn't really plan it ahead of time. So that's from my perspective as an Amazon seller. That's
Right.
what I'm doing right now. And I'll let Amit talk more about details. Maybe you can share the screen and show us the graph that you shared on the Sourcing Monster Facebook group.
Yeah, 1 second on that. I just will add some small key point.
Mhm.
Tomer, a lot of Amazon seller approaching me daily, all right, from Israel and around the world, asking me, can I still ship cargo with regular sea freight to the States? And doesn't matter again the destination at this moment, but for all of them, I emphasize one point. If you want to sell the products still during the holiday season, so regular LCL will not be effective anymore because you already missed the boat, let's say this way. So there is an alternative. We can always do Sea Express or using air freight. And on that point, I want to emphasize that even if we choose a Sea Express using Matson as a carrier, even if you're gonna ship it today is the October 21st, even if you pick up the cargo today, it will not reach, let's say, Western United States, Los Angeles, Dallas, and so on. It will not reach Amazon before December 5th, December 10th. So
Maybe, maybe.
until Amazon will receive and process your order and your cargo, there is no way you're gonna sell the cargo on Amazon. So I don't see any point on, first of all, shipping goods by regular sea freight, and especially ship goods by express sea freight, because you're gonna pay just double the amount, but eventually you're not gonna reach your goal because of the transit time. Okay, so for anybody or any seller now trying to figure out what to do and how they can sell additional goods on Amazon, the only way these days to do it by air freight. All right, so now I will share you a screen. 1 second. So here we're doing it on live. Yeah, everybody see
Yeah,
this
it's
connection?
I want to add so the actual sailing time for the marathon, it's very pretty quick, like it's 2 weeks. But again, the issue is not with the sailing time, it's the loading in China and the unloading in the US that takes so much time, that makes the fast shipping not that effective anymore, like it used to be, in my opinion. But what do you think?
Yeah, so it's not 100% true, Tomer, and the reason for that is that we have basically two options as an express. One is using Matson, carrier Matson, and the other one using CMA with line called EXX.
Okay.
Both of them, the biggest advantage here, that both of them has a special dock on LA port, meaning
Okay.
both carriers doesn't need to wait for the old vessel to enter the port prior to them, but they have their own dock, meaning they do not have to wait that long. But still, today is October 21st. If we pick up the goods tomorrow, we already missed the next vessel. So we're gonna load the cargo. I believe it should be around November 3rd only. All right, the departure
November
time.
3rd it will load?
It will be departed on
It will,
November
okay.
3rd. Okay,
Okay.
so if we consider departure on November 3rd,
Wow.
and then we consider about 12 days departure time, lead time, sorry, and then another, let's say, 10 days to 2 weeks till the cargo will reach destination, we're talking about start of December. You know better than me, when goods arrive to Amazon on start of December, it's take a longer and much longer time than regular, which is already too long for Amazon to process the cargo and make it ready to ship for your customers. So even if you're gonna choose Sea Express, eventually you don't gonna see the benefit on selling the cargo on Amazon. So on average, Tomer, on average, express freight costs now almost double, if not more than double, than regular sea freight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
eventually you're gonna pay higher fees and not reach your goal on time. So I don't see any advantage in this regard.
Yeah. Yeah. You actually taught me something new. I didn't know that they have a special dock for the express shipping, that they
Yeah.
basically skip the line. Another question, they also have special processing for the containers. Like, I know that it's not just the backlog with ships entering to the port, it's also backlog processing their containers and having truck drivers. With that being said, they have advantage on this area as well.
Yeah, especially basically because of the same reason, because they have a special dock, so they have a special area there specific for Matson. So there is less backlog there, so it's easier to pick up the container from the port. So in both cases, you're right, and this is the reason why the total transit time is about using Matson. And again, from departure day, something between 20 to 25 days. It can reach to 30 days, but this is the normal scale, let's say it this way.
Okay, let's go with the chart. Let me share it with you. Could you make it a little bigger? There is like a little
Yeah,
window there or something. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we can't really see it. So if you can make it a little,
So now it's better.
yeah, it's a little better. So
All
what we
right.
see here?
Yeah. So what we see here, this is the data we received from Los Angeles Port about the situation now. As we discussed, if we discuss about regular sea freight, and there is not hundreds, but dozens of carriers, MSC, Evergreen, Maersk, CMA, etc., etc. Okay. All of them basically need to wait online at an anchor outside of Los Angeles port, waiting to enter into Los Angeles port to discharge the vessel. All right. So
Yes.
you can see that these days, basically, there is about 34, sometimes it's 40, let's say about 35 vessels anchor outside of port. And the current anchorage time on average scale, it's about 12 and a half days, right?
Yes.
So meaning vessels still take the same period of time. It's take port to port about 15, 16 days, the regular sea vessel, okay? But if you have to add another 13 days in average, okay? So we're already in 30 days, all right? Tomer?
Yes.
So we already, instead of being 15 days, we're already in 30 days, all right?
Okay.
The second chart that we have show the exact what we're talking about, okay? If you're gonna look here with my marker here,
Huh?
so on the second half of May 2021, it
Okay.
took from the day the vessel departure from China, all right, till the vessel discharge at Los Angeles port. It took basically 19 days, all right,
That's for express shipping, right?
for regular sea.
Regular 19 days, regular shipping?
This was in May, Tomer. Today we are talking in October, okay?
Okay.
So it's
So
it's took
so what how long it takes for a regular like shipping, like the sailing time?
about 15 to 16 days port to port.
And so there is a difference like in the actual vessels between the Matson to the regular sea, or it's the same vessels? The only difference is that they get priority.
It's a different routing. The Matson doing it by 10 to 11 days port to port. The
It's
other
just the
vessels take,
vessel that it's fast. I thought that they have just a faster vessel.
listen, I don't have so much information about the engine and so on, but generally speaking, if we're talking about port to port only, Matson doing it by 10
Okay.
to 11 days, and other carrier doing it in about 15 to 16 days.
Okay.
And again, this is port to port only. So if we resume to our chart, so we see on second half of May, it took 19 days on average, right? From departure day in China till the vessel actually discharge on port, not the vessel, the container itself, okay?
Yes. Yes.
And then you can see increase every half a month until today, October, we see it's taking about 36 days on average from departure time till container actually discharge at Los Angeles. Again, the main reason is the time it's taking for the port authority to receive to receive the vessel and starting operating and discharge the container. So just by that chart only, you can see the transit time increased almost double the amount of the time that we used to be accustomed to. And believe me, Tomer, on May it was already been higher than the normal days. Normal days it took 15 days, 1 day to the vessel to enter to port. The next day, the container already been discharged. So it was about 16 to 70 days on a normal day. Today, we reach about 36 days on average, right? Of course, there is a worse scenario and there is a better scenario, but on the average scale, we're talking about 36 days. So just by that chart only, you can imagine, and this is before we're talking about pick up the container, Tomer, from the port. We just discussed about the backlog. It can take 10, 12, 14, sometimes even 20 days for the port authority to make the container available for pickup.
Yeah,
And then
I
you
want
have,
I want to add something here. The
please.
process, so you look at it as 36 days, but me as an Amazon seller, to me it's actually like more like 80 days, 90 days. And why? Because from the moment that I tell, so I look at it from the moment that the goods are ready to when they actually arrive. That's how I
Right,
look at it from my point of view as an Amazon seller.
right,
So let's say my goods are ready today. I talk with the freight forwarder October 20th or 21st. Go, it's ready to pick up. And they go and they pick up, but like you said, the actual loading will be only November 3rd. So that's like already like 9 or 12 days that we are kind of adding to this processing thing. What
Right.
about the actual from unloading from port to actually receiving it to destination? That's
Right.
also take few more
Right.
weeks. So
Right.
it's
Right.
combine it, it's like it's really long time.
Right. So I can add on that like normally I would say that it take about let's say about 10 days from the moment we pick up the cargo until the vessel actual departure from China. And again, on an average scale, sometimes it's 7 days, sometimes it's 14 days. Then we have to consider about, let's say, about 30 to 35 days until the containers discharge at port, and then another 10 to 14 days on a normal scale for the container to be available for pickup. So we have just here about how many? We said 2 weeks,
Oh,
35.
available to
So
pick up, not transit time. So after
from pickup,
discharge, it takes another 10 to 14 days just to have it ready for the carrier or someone to pick it up.
yeah. So just by
Wow.
that, we already reached about 50, 55 days. And then if we're talking about LCL, so we have to pick up the container, discharge it in our warehouse, divining it to the customers, all right, bring it to the final carrier and ship it rather to Amazon or to 3PL. So we have another
Okay.
2 weeks. So
Wow.
generally speaking, if we're talking about transit time from the pickup date to the reaching the destination, we normally take these days about something between 70 to 90 days. So it's very, very significant, and people must recognize it. And believe me, you will always, Tomer, you will always find a good example. Hey, I did the logistics, it took me just 50 days. All right, I'm not saying it doesn't can happen.
Very rare, and you were
Take
lucky. Yeah.
take yeah, try not to be lucky, but try to be a smart person. All right, to be a
Yeah.
smart person, try to listen to an expert, logistics expert. The main like the main job, in my opinion, for myself is trying to give seller like you, Tom, or other seller that listen to us, try to give them accurate information in order to them to manage their inventory and the logistics change better. So only if people will listen to us and acknowledge the situation, they will be in better hands just from today.
Yes, and I want to add something on the importance of inventory. So recently, maybe 2 weeks ago, for those of you that following me on the regular Tuesday lives, I lost in my bestseller item the bestseller badge to another seller. My tactic at the beginning was to fight him and really try to lower prices and really trying to get back the bestseller badge. But then after a few days, I looked at my inventory levels and I said it doesn't make sense for me to fight with him on this game because we are limited on inventory. I
Right.
looked at his inventory, he was relatively a new seller. So I looked and I realized that he wouldn't be able to sustain this sales velocity and eventually he will be out of stock. 2 days ago, he was out of stock. I'm getting, and hopefully in a few hours today or tomorrow, I will get my bestseller badge because
Right.
I was smart with inventory. And inventory, it's really the key now during these crazy times to be successful and to be profitable comparing to other sellers. So make sure that you really give it enough attention. It's not sexy, it's not shiny, but it's really what's going to make the difference between, like, maybe you make like 5x or 20x, so pay enough attention to this. Amit is kind enough to really come and share all this knowledge with us. I learned like few things that I didn't really know that they work like that with the special port for Matson. The way that you actually have to wait 10 to 14 days from the moment that the ship arrived and unreleased from like the port to the actual time that they can pick it up, and some other things that I learned. So thank you for sharing this. For anyone that is interested to get quotes or services from Amit, we offer $100 for the first shipping as an incentive. Definitely you can email me Tomer at sourcing-monster.com or connect with me on Facebook or YouTube. And I guess that will be all for today. Amit, do you have anything else to add before we end this live?
Wish everybody good luck in Q4, right? This is the
this is the
This is
time.
like the
You're
bar
right.
mitzvah. This is like the bar mitzvah time for everybody. So yeah,
Yeah,
everybody good luck in
that's
the
true.
Q4.
Good luck to everyone, and hopefully we can do it again next week and giving you some more information. Amit, thank you very much. It was very helpful live. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.